You're driving, everything feels normal, and then it hits. A sudden jerk, a cough from the engine. Maybe the check engine light flashes on. Your first thought? This is going to be expensive. And you might be right. But what if I told you the cause of all that drama could be a part smaller than your fist, and diagnosing it yourself is simpler than you think? Today, we're cutting through the confusion. I'm going to show you the 10 undeniable signs your mass airflow sensor is failing, the exact step-by-step tests to prove it, using tools you probably already have, and one temporary fix that could save you a trip to the shop and hundreds of dollars. Stick around, because symptom number 7 is the one most people completely miss until it's too late. First, let's get one thing straight. What even is this thing? The MAF sensor, or mass airflow sensor, is your engine's air traffic controller. It's mounted right in the intake pipe, and its only job is to tell the car's computer exactly how much air is rushing into the engine. That computer, the PCM, uses that number to calculate the perfect amount of fuel to add. It's a precision partnership. But when the MAF starts lying, that partnership falls apart, and your engine pays the price. So how do you know it's lying? Let's start with the jerks and jolts. Symptom number 1, an engine misfire. When the MAF sends bogus data, the computer gets the fuel calculation wrong. The result? Incomplete combustion in the cylinders. You'll feel it as a stutter, a jerk, or a vibration, especially when you're cruising at a steady speed or under light acceleration. It feels like the engine is stumbling over itself. That stumble leads directly to symptom number 2, a rough idle. When you're stopped at a light, the engine needs a perfect, tiny explosion thousands of times a minute to run smoothly. A faulty MAF throws that rhythm off. You'll feel the whole car shaking, the RPMs might hunt up and down, and it just sounds sick. It's not just an annoyance, it's a cry for help. Now let's talk about a dangerous one. Symptom number 3. Sluggish acceleration. You press the gas to merge onto the highway or pass a slow driver, and instead of a surge of power, you get a hesitant, lazy response. The car might even stutter or buck. This isn't just poor performance, it's a safety hazard. That moment of hesitation when you need power the most can put you in a bad spot. That lack of power can escalate to symptom number 4, stalling engine. Usually at idle, but sometimes even when you're coming to a stop. The air-fuel mix gets so far out of whack that the engine just gives up and quits. While modern cars have backup strategies to prevent this, a severely failed MAF can still overwhelm them. It's a definitive sign things have gone south. And your wallet will feel it too. That's symptom number 5, reduced fuel efficiency. If your MAF is under-reporting airflow, the computer injects less fuel, creating a lean condition. But more commonly, it over-reports airflow, making the computer dump in extra fuel. You're literally burning money and sending it out the tailpipe. If you're suddenly visiting the gas station way more often, this sensor should be your prime suspect. That brings us to the core of almost all these problems. Symptom number 6, lean or rich air-fuel ratios. This is the root cause. Lean means too much air, not enough fuel, causing overheating and misfires. Rich means too much fuel, not enough air, causing fouled spark plugs and that rotten egg smell from the catalytic converter. You can sometimes smell it. A sort of raw gasoline scent from the exhaust means rich. A sort of hot metallic smell can indicate lean. If things get bad enough, you'll hit symptom number 7, the engine not starting. The computer is so confused by the MAF signal that it creates a mixture that simply won't ignite. You'll crank and crank, but it just won't catch. Now, a bad MAF isn't the most common cause of a no start, but if you've been experiencing other symptoms on this list, it absolutely can be the culprit. And what's coming out of your exhaust tells a story. Symptom number 8, black smoke. Thick, dark smoke is a classic sign of a rich condition. Too much fuel is being burned. It's not just dirty, it's a killer for your expensive catalytic converter, which can cost thousands to replace. That black smoke is unburned fuel coating and destroying that critical component. Listen to your engine. Seriously,
Put your window down. Symptom number 9, engine knocking or pinging. You'll hear a rapid, metallic rattling sound, especially under acceleration. This is often caused by a lean condition from a bad MAF, where the fuel burns too early and creates damaging shock waves. Ignore that sound, and you're flirting with serious internal engine damage. Finally, the one you've been waiting for, symptom number 10, the check engine light. I saved it for last because it's the most obvious, but also the most misleading. A MAF can be failing for months without turning on the light, but when it does, the codes you're looking for are P0100, P0101, P0102, or P0103. You might also see fuel trim codes or random misfire codes. The light is a clue, not the whole story. So how do you prove it's the MAF? Don't just throw parts at the problem. Let's diagnose it. The first way is with an OBD2 scanner. You don't need a fancy one. Plug it in, go to Live Data, and find the MAF reading. At idle, it should show a low, stable number, usually in grams per second. Gently rev the engine. That number should climb smoothly and immediately with the RPMs and fall just as smoothly. If it's stuck at 0, doesn't move, or jumps erratically, you've found your problem. The second test is what I call the pull test. It's shockingly simple. Start your engine and let it idle. Now, carefully unplug the electrical connector from the MAF sensor. If the MAF was working perfectly, the engine will likely stumble or even stall because it just lost a critical input. But if the MAF was already bad and the engine was running on a default failsafe map, unplugging it might make no difference, or sometimes the idle might even improve slightly. If the engine keeps running the same or better with it unplugged, that sensor is toast. The third check is the tap test. With the engine warmed up and idling, take the handle of a screwdriver and gently tap the body of the MAF sensor. Don't whack it, just tap it. If the engine RPMs jump, stumble, or the idle becomes erratic when you tap, you've just found a sensor with an intermittent internal fault. It needs to be replaced. Now for that temporary fix I promised. Sometimes the issue isn't a dead sensor, but a dirty one. Contaminants coat the tiny heated wire or film inside, insulating it and causing bad readings. Cleaning it can restore function, often for months. Here's how to do it right. First, disconnect the battery. Safety first. Locate the MAF, usually between the air filter box and the throttle body. Remove it carefully. You'll see 1 or 2 tiny wires or a small ceramic element inside the housing. Do not touch them. They are incredibly fragile. You need a cleaner specifically labeled for MAF sensors. Do not use brake cleaner, carb cleaner, or anything else. Only MAF sensor cleaner. It's formulated to leave no residue. Spray it liberally from a short distance, letting the solvent wash away the dirt. Let it air dry completely, at least 20 minutes. No compressed air. Just let it dry. Reinstall it, reconnect the battery, and see if your problems are gone. This is a Band-Aid, not a cure, but it can buy you time. Replacement cost? If you've done these tests and you're sure, you can often replace it yourself in minutes. The part itself typically ranges from $50 to $300 depending on your car. A shop will charge $250 to $500 total. But now you're armed with the knowledge to diagnose it first. You won't be guessing. So, if your car is jerking, stalling, drinking gas, or just not feeling right, remember this. That little sensor is the voice of your engine's lungs. And now you know exactly how to listen to what it's trying to tell you.